Hello and welcome to Tiny Builds, where I build Lego and ramble about barely related things. And by barely related, I mean none at all. By the way, you just watched me kind of wreck the box because I could have gotten a scissors to cut tape, but I didn't because laziness. Today we're building the mini Disney castle, not to be confused with the Disney castle, which was released in September 2016 and has over 4,000 pieces, and which I also own. The Disney Castle is actually one of my favorite LEGO sets, and I know it sounds like I say that about pretty much every LEGO set, but this is actually like, and Mickey has left the building. He has jumped ship. He's no longer with us. A moment of silence for Mickey Mouse. Okay, the Disney Castle is actually one of my top 5 favorite sets, I would say, I think. So I was very, very excited for this one, because, I love the big one, and the tiny one looked adorable, plus, tiny builds. And, I'm also a very, very big Disney fan. When people ask me what my favorite movie is, I usually say The Little Mermaid. Which I know, really, The Little Mermaid, but yes, I love it. I used to watch it all the time as a kid, and nostalgia is a heavy influence on my choice of favorite film, for sure. Although, one thing that Disney, or I guess LEGO, has not done right, in my humble opinion, is indeed LEGO sets. Most of the LEGO sets are in the, Friends type theme, with the different type of minifigures, and those minifigures creep me out. They're creepy, they don't look like Lego, I don't like them at all. I really don't. I know they made them to appeal more to girls, I guess, but as a girl, as a woman, I do not like them at all, and they definitely don't appeal to me. Maybe they appeal to younger girls, I don't know. They're so creepy. I don't like them, which is a big reason why I don't get more Disney LEGO sets, because a lot of the Disney LEGO sets, especially Princess, which I'm a big fan of the Disney princess films, big fan, again, Little Mermaid, great, I love it, but they usually come to those figures, so they're terrible. Not just that, but the Ice Castle, which I was excited for because Frozen is also one of my favorite films. I really liked Frozen 2, especially I know everyone thought it was worse than the first one. I disagree, but it doesn't look that nice. I mean, they could have done so much more with ice. They could have more translucent pieces, more of those clear blue pieces. And I don't know. I didn't like it. And again, they come with the creepy Friends minifigures, and then same thing with the Little Mermaid set. They did the Little Mermaid castle, which if you've looked, I'll put up a picture. If you look at the castle in the film, or even in the posters, it's a really cool castle. It's all towers and gold and stuff, and the one that we got that says couldn't you have gotten more boring than this? Seems somehow impossible to use anymore, but you did it. It's terrible. It's not good. They could have done so weird, just pillars everywhere and those weird bridges. And they could have put the nod to oh my god, there's a penis in the Little Mermaid Disney Castle poster thingy. I could have worked with that for a joke for the adult fans without making it too specific for the kids. So a weird ass Easter egg. But no, do we end with a slide at the side, pink, I think, if I remember correctly. It's not good. It really isn't good. And also, why just do the castles? They've been doing a lot of nature plants type sets. Why not do Pride Rock with Rafiki lifting teeny tiny Simba? I don't think they've done any Lion King sets, I think, actually. But if you're still going with palaces, I don't think they have done the palace in Aladdin, which, why not? That one's a really interesting castle. I could be wrong, they could have done it, I just didn't notice it. But I don't think they have, but that's a really cool one. Or again, I've just referenced Mufasa's death. Let's go super dark. And just like make that into a set, like him hanging off a cliff with Scar and like just teeny tiny Simba screaming at the distance, you know, a fun set for all ages. The children love it. Or Ursula getting shanked by Prince Eric with a wrecked ship. That would be cool. Or the Seven Dwarfs cabin, which includes Snow White getting poisoned. You know, for kids' films, they sure do have a lot of murder in them. A lot of murder. I feel like other villains in children's shows are like, oh, we don't want that team twin, or they're the bad team, or the bad school. Or, you know, we got to their, like, faking the competition, using, like, we're just going to sprinkle a little bit of murder round about here. Like, there's so much death in those films. It's kind of weird. Let me drink some tea. But yeah, just murdering left and right. You get a murder, and you get a murder, and you get a murder. It's just, yeah, if you think about it, the Great Detective one was, I can't remember the rest of the title. Basil and the Great Mouse Detective. The bad guy gets thrown off Big Ben, I think. Gaston gets pushed off a cliff. Mufasa gets pushed off a cliff, and then Scar gets, I'm guessing, eaten by hyenas, completely mauled. Snow White gets poisoned. Sleeping Beauty gets cursed to a coma. Ursula gets shanked, as we've said, and she turns people into like teeny tiny creatures. I don't know what those are. Worms? I don't know. Gaston wants to murder the beast before he gets thrown off the castle. But I can't remember the villain from Aladdin. I can't remember his name. No, I was gonna say Scar again. That's not it. Oh my god, this is embarrassing. But anyway, he wants to murder the Sultan and then force a wedding on the princess. And kills, I'm gonna guess, a lot of people before the movie starts, because it implies he's trying to do the get to the cavern of all wonders, whatever it's called, the gold thingy, before Aladdin, and it has never worked. So I'm going to assume just send a bunch of people to their death before the filming even begins. Then there's a lot of people get shot in Pocahontas. Clayton in Tarzan just straight up gets the death penalty by hanging, I think, if I remember that right. Meg dies in Hercules. In Emperor's New Groove, Izzy tries to murder the Emperor, which I cannot remember his name right now again. Oh my god, I'm terrible with names. In Frozen, Hans tries to murder Elsa. Just a lot of murder going on. I think it's Utopia also. There's some murder around. Just a lot of murder, Disney. Chill the fuck out. I mean, Jesus Christ. Back to the Disney castle, where there's no murder, from what I know. One thing that I find really cool was in the little instructions book, they usually have like a little intro into some sets. Most of the time is in English. Sometimes they have French or Spanish or another language. This time they have quite a few languages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 languages aside from English, and one of them is my native language, Portuguese. So I thought I could read what it says in the little book, because I think I do quite like what it says. It's quite neat. So I thought I could read it to you in Portuguese, because why the fuck not? I mean, who listens to these anyway, other than my mother? And she's the only one that would understand it. So here we go. For you, the description that's in the mini castle, Disney Castle booklet in my native tongue, Portuguese. Bem-vindo ao Lego Mini Castelo Disney. Agora tu também podes construir o sonho e vivê-lo. A encantadora réplica Lego, a miniatura do castelo da Cinderella do Walt Disney World Resort, está cheia de autênticos pormenores para tu explorares. Com pormenores extremamente complexos, este mini castelo está adornado com lindos pináculos de torres em dourado pérola e novos cones de telhado azul opalino. A ponte de pedra dourada conduz à entrada em arco tem um relógio. O fogo de artifício cria magia maravilhosa no parque todas as noites. I'm going to interrupt here because they mentioned fireworks. The set does not indeed come with fireworks. Where's the fireworks, Disney? Actual live fireworks. So keep that in mind. There's no fireworks in the set. Este set Lego Mini Castelo Disney contém mais de 565 peças Lego e cria a sua própria magia Disney com a minifigura única incluída em estilo vintage do Mickey Mouse. O verdadeiro castelo da Cinderella está no coração do Parque Magic Kingdom em Walt Disney World Resort na Flórida. É a porta de entrada para a área de Fantasyland, onde adoradas histórias ganham vida perante os teus olhos. O castelo, por si só, tem 57,6 metros de altura. No exterior há um relógio, gárgulas e o brasão da família Disney. Lá dentro encontra-se um grande mosaico que conta a história, restaurantes e o local da boutique Bibbidi Bobbidi. O pátio recebe personagens e espetáculos musicais da Disney e o fogo artifício diário ajuda a criar maravilhosa magia. Feito de betão, aço, cimento e fibra de vidro, o castelo de Cinderela inclui 5 mosaicos brilhantes e 13 gárgulas. Levou 18 meses a construir e foi concluído em julho de 1971. So, there you go. What's written in the instruction book in my original Portuguese. It's cute. It's very cute. It says at one point that this set has more than 565 pieces. It's actually 567 pieces in total, so I think they're being a bit over enthusiastic with that description. I think over 500 pieces would have fit better. And also says, of course, he has the vintage style Mickey Mouse, the same Mickey Mouse that earlier in this video threw himself off the table for reasons unknown. I think I rescue him a little bit later, maybe. Who knows? Maybe not, maybe yes. And I've just noticed I didn't properly do that little bit, so it's embarrassing. There's like a visible gap for me. Honestly, you should be embarrassed. I am embarrassed for you. But yeah, it has a little bit of a description of the actual Cinderella castle, the one that's in the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida. This set is of course celebrating 50 years of the resort. It was released last year, so 2021, so that would mean 50 years of the park opening in Orlando, Florida. The Disneyland in California, I think it's older. So I don't know which castle is in that one. I think it's a Sleeping Beauty one. So each park, I believe each park has a different Princess Castle. So I could be wrong. I have never been to a park, regrettably. I hope to one day. The closest one I have to me is the one in Paris. So I am planning on going there someday in the near future. And by near, I mean in the next 5 to 10 years. But I do want to go to that park at least once. But they do mention what's they're called in the English one. Yeah. New opalescent blue rooftop cones. I do enjoy it quite a bit. I wrote them, in my script I put them as sparkly ones. They're very sparkly. It looks like they have glitter on them, or they were made like the plastic had glitter on it, which is probably how it was. I don't know. I'm not sure how they're made, but they were very cute. I liked them very much. In the 2016 one, the cones are just a dark blue, which works. I think that color is technically more in tone with what the actual rooftops look like in the castle in Florida. But I do like this sparkly. It adds a little bit of whimsy to it. I think that's the first time I've ever used the word whimsy in the sentence. I hope it's correct. But yeah, I really like that. When I saw them, I was like, oh my god, I like them. Another new, I don't know if it's new, but I don't think I've seen it before, is how they have like these round blocks. They have like someone's just like half, and I don't think I've ever seen that before, so I'm not sure if they're new to the set or just recent, because I don't think I've ever seen them before, and I do find them quite nice. I'm sure they have like a lot of applications for people that, actually build stuff, don't just follow instructions. There's like make them what's called the mocks, something like that. But I also hope you enjoyed my audition for an audiobook. I am available, so call me Ottawa to read books. I will do it. How well I will do it, I cannot say. I think I did okay. Who knows? Maybe. Yes. Cool. Whatever. Anyway, I forgot what I was going to say. One thing about, let me go on a tangent about the new Lion King, because I put a clip of the new Lion King. I put of the old one and new one of Simba screaming no! Over his father's death. And can I just say, the 2019? Is 2019? I'm not sure. The new Lion King is not good. It is not good. I don't even like the old the 2D animated Lion King that much. Is not even on my top favorite Disney movies. I know it's beloved by many people, but I really don't like it that much. But the new one is so much worse. It is so bad. It's too long. I hate it. I hated it when I saw it. I went to see it because I have a Cineworld card, which means I go see films that I don't think are going to be good a lot of times, especially blockbusters. Most recently I did that with Jurassic World Dominion, but it was not fun watching that film. I just no. Oh, it's good. No, it's not good. You're just confusing it with the nostalgia you have for the old one. That's making you think it's you're liking it. You're not, I promise you. But yeah, that's my tangent over the 2019 little Disney film that made $1 billion. Back to what I was talking about. I really like this set. This set's very detailed. It's very detailed for the size that it is. I do agree with that. Obviously, the big one has a lot more details. But speaking of like between comparing the two, I do think this one is like sufficiently different that it stands on its own, rather than being just a very like, oh, let's just do the same thing, but a lot smaller with way less detail and thought put into it. I don't think that's that at all. I think they did a really good job with it's the Disney castle, but it's different. It's a mini one. It's different from the old one. It has the back of the castle, which the other one doesn't have, because it's kind of cut in half. Because if you can look into it, it has like a lot of references to the Disney films, which this one, I think the only movie reference that it has is to Cinderella. It has Cinderella's shoe inside the castle, and I think it has a reference to the big one also inside the castle. That's the only direct film references that it has to films and the other ones. So it definitely stands on its own. I think it will look very nice next to the big one if you happen to have the big one, or if you want to buy the big one. I don't think this is a replacement per se. Like if you have one, there's no point in buying the other one. I wouldn't agree with that. But I think they look really cute next to each other, which is what I think I'm going to do. Once I take this one back home, I'm going to put it next to my big Disney castle. I think it'll look really cute. Right now I'm making another famous mistake, which is putting the wrong things the wrong way, which I do quite a lot. If you've ever watched one of my videos, I get things wrong all the time. It's my trademark. What can I say? I like to build so much that I make things wrong so I can pick it apart and do it again immediately after. It's always definitely on purpose. Trust me. It always is. Yeah, so you can get, if you get a sense of its height, if you have the Batman Cowl, that is, if I look at it right now, about the same height from the teeny like top, so the top of that piece, so at the bottom, it's around the same height. So it's very compact. I like it quite a bit. Again, my favorite part are the sparkly tops. I love them. They're amazing. They're very cute. Thanks for watching this video and for putting up with my ramblings. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you like the video. I've also recently built the the one I mentioned, Batman Cowl. That was my last video. If you want to check that out, I'll probably put it somewhere on this video so you can go to it at the end. For that one, I also built the Daily Bugle, their big Marvel set from last year. That's 2 videos because it's 3,000 something pieces. It's a very big build, so please also go watch that. But yeah, thank you again for watching. Have a great day. Bye.